Security boards are off the hook. Now they're going to another level. We're going to get security boards as long as your house.
They do.
I'm going to have to truck them in.
But so I'm standing there, and it was one of those, like, I just had to run in for a few things. So I didn't get a cart. I didn't get a basket. So everything I could fit is in my hands.
Okay.
And I didn't expect there to be all this lovely cheese. It was like 3 cheeses for, I don't know, some great price. I love a good sale.
Yeah.
So I was like loading up on cheese. I had like probably 6 to 9 cheeses in my arms.
Boy, I can see it.
And
now.
I look like
I
a
understand.
total, and then this girl,
the cheese monster.
then, I typically wear my Nook mask, which I probably shouldn't on those days. I should just put on a mask that is not
Understood.
branded.
Yeah.
And then someone came up to me and said, Are you Kelly Squires?
Are you the Kelly Squires with the Nook mask on and these Puma sweatpants? And all this cheese?
I was like, cheese was falling on the ground. I looked like I just crawled out of a gutter. That's why I typically avoid people in public.
Would you suggest young people exploring the idea and like seriously exploring the idea of moving into another province? Maybe moving out to a more rural area of this province, like really far, like North Bay. North Bay and Belleville were their 2 hottest markets, like in a lot of different ways. Like I'm talking about weird shit like U-Haul. More U-Hauls have gone into Belleville and not come back out than any other town, city in Canada.
It's an interesting stat.
It's nuts.
Wow.
Well, think of the people that get U-Haul.
Yeah.
Right? Young people. Off they go into Belleville. Suckers, that town's going to come up. You get the artists. Like, there is opportunity elsewhere.
Yeah.
I have a client who I've been like, I really care about this person. And I've been trying to get her a house for so long. But we're a team.
Yeah.
And we're scrapping together.
That's the thing.
Well, do you know that she bought a 5-plex in Nova Scotia?
Oh, my goodness.
As an initial investment.
Huh.
We'll be working together for years. I'm like, yes.
That's awesome.
That's what you need to be doing.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm glad you said that as an investment, because I'm assuming she's not moving there, is she?
No, it's an investment.
Exactly. I've told a lot of my first timers in the last year, if they're coming to me with a budget of $500,000, say for a freehold, not a condo, it's just not possible anymore.
Yeah,
locally.
no, it's not happening.
It simply doesn't, even under 700, it doesn't happen anymore if it isn't a condo. And so I have a huge network of clients that buy investment properties outside of where they want to live.
That's right.
They rent where they want to live. They get an investment property outside. That investment property produces a bit of an income that helps pay down the rent where they are. Right?
They rent where they want to live, and they invest on the outside of that bubble.
Yes, so that you aren't out of the real estate game.
No, to offset some of the rent. Yeah. That's perfect.
Yeah. You can't always live where you've bought now.
Yeah, that's right. But I got to tell you, my heart goes out to renters who are fearful that they could, get that phone call any day that the owner wants to sell.
True. We got a lot of that in this last year.
A lot of that happening, and it makes people feel really defeated because they're like, what the hell am I going to do? And that's exactly who I'm talking to. I'm like, you got to move, and you got to move soon, and you got to be okay with it. Yeah. Our grandparents came across oceans, for Christ's sake. Our grandparents went across continents. Like, people do move outside of their bubble.
But you
can't have the best of both worlds.
I'm sorry to say, but we are a culture right now that is uncomfortable with being uncomfortable.
Is that entitlement?
Is it? Is it entitlement?
Sure as hell ain't accountability, because if you're accountable, then you're going to face that uncomfortableness head on. Yeah. Are you not?
I guess so. I think it's...
Did that make sense? I got no idea. I just used a bunch of words that have over like 10 letters in them, and I don't know if I made any sense whatsoever, but I think it was on point.
I think so. I think the idea is, I don't know how we got there, but you say like our grandparents came across oceans.
I came across an ocean, Kelly.
Across an ocean, It doesn't even have to be our grandparents' generation. Like, when did it shift? Even if I look back to buying my first house, we weren't like looking for a palace. We wanted something with 4 walls.
Yes.
That didn't leak and was affordable. We were willing to leave the city, and we moved out to Oshawa to buy our first house because that's what we could afford. but it wasn't fancy at all. But now I feel like because our first time home buyers are older, like
Yes.
I was 23 when I bought my first house. I didn't have the, well, I mean, gosh, I did have a baby because I had my son really young. I was 22.
It's true.
But I didn't have that life established yet, that where I feel like most of our first time home buyers are now 30